going on, Jerome's? So the NFL has made it a point in the last couple of decades to really try to grow the game internationally. Games over in London, games now in Germany and Brazil, and I'm sure that they're looking to expand. Like, pretty soon it'll be, hey, Vikings-Packers, great rivalry. Let's move one of those to Qatar because the NFL is getting paid to do that. What it is. But the Vikings can't really complain because it's really cool because there are a pretty significant number of Vikings fans over in the UK, and getting to see them in London is great. The Vikings are 4-0 over in London, including beating Aaron Rodgers' ass last year, beating the stupid-ass Saints a couple years before that. So really good. Kevin O'Connell, 2-0, and he's got a good plan on things. Now, long story longer, it's generally been accepted that the Vikings will likely be playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. First game in England, Croke Park, Dublin, right? And all that stuff. Where Week 4 game, Vikings and the Steelers. Steelers. Rooney was formerly ambassador to Ireland, so that connection is there. Of course, O'Connell, McCarthy, Kelly, blah 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 blah. But what is recently breaking on the outside is the Vikings potentially could also play in London, Week 5 against the Browns, which, in my opinion, it's stupid. But we'll get into that. So the Browns. Tottenham, the tossers from Tottenham, which makes sense. Sure. All right. Ben Lieber, who sideline reporter for the Vikings, rumors Vikings play Steelers in Dublin. Yay. Vikings play next game in London. Nay. Now, it is such a competitive disadvantage for the Vikings to have back-to-back international games that it's just, I hate it. And as we said, it's great that the international fans get to see the Vikings, but in terms of 2025 success, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Now, Kevin O'Connell, says that he loves playing games in London. Really, really cool experience. But I also feel like Kevin O'Connell is just a completely positive person. That's why players love playing for him. That's why he's a quarterback whisperer, because a lot of quarterbacks are head cases anyway. I mean, Kevin O'Connell could talk about hemorrhoids, and it'd be like, the hemorrhoids was a fantastic opportunity to put up with pain, literally pain in my ass on my football journey, something like that. Yeah, but so the Vikings play the Steelers and then they play the Browns back to back. It will be kind of cool to beat Aaron Rodgers' ass again overseas, as well as taking down Shedeur Sanders and the Browns. Which, if Shedor's so good, he should win the starting job, right? So we'll see. But there's a lot of factors here. Number one, so the Vikings play Week 4 and 5 back to back overseas. They're going to stay over there. They're not going to go over and come back. But 10 plus days overseas. Now, what Kevin O'Connell has done with the international game against the Saints at Tottenham 2022, and then the game last year against the Jets, is that they will leave Thursday night. Leave MSP Thursday night. Players will sleep on the plane. They'll get there Friday, have a walkthrough, and then leave immediately after the game on Sunday. Now, generally, that's not enough time for the body to have to reacclimate and have jet lag. And the Vikings feeding schedule, the Vikings meal schedule, a sleep schedule, they try and keep it as close to Central Time as possible. Now, last year the Vikings did have a bye after the international game in 2022. They didn't, right? So that's a factor in there as well. But 10 plus days. So rule of thumb is the body will adjust. It'll take 1 day for every time zone that you jump, right? So since Central Time, Minneapolis, St. Paul, 6 hours behind London, which they'll likely stay after the game for against the Steelers in Ireland. So that's about 6 days, for the body to completely acclimate. So you do that, and the Vikings have a week of practice where everyone's dragging ass a little bit, and then you're coming back to go do that, and then reset again. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Also, it nearly guarantees that the Vikings have Week 6 bye. Not a fan of early buys in the season. Also, since this is a big deal, so players will have days off. I mean, family will be there. Logistics will be in there as well. So it's great, but does it help them win games per se? I don't know. Like, again, it's a fabulous, once you could say once in a lifetime, except they did it last year. Family experience, but you do have the logistics. You do have all this other thing. You have jet lag factoring in there too. So I don't know. Also, the nice thing about it is that the Vikings, it's annoying. So the Vikings have 8 home games, 9 road games this year, but 2 of the road games potentially could be international games and a neutral site. So it'd be 8 true home games, 7 road games, 2 neutral site games. So also, why the Vikings? Again, so this would make 4 international games in 4 years, which some other teams have had 1 or less than that. And I know that people are saying, well, the Jaguars do multiple games overseas. Yeah, they signed up for that. Yeah, Shad Khan signed up for that. I remember the Vikings signing up to be like, hey, we'll play overseas. It's kind of ridiculous, man. Also, you factor in travel fatigue, which is a major part of this. So the Vikings heading over to England, staying over there for an extra game. Also, trips to Dallas, at L.A., at the Giants, as well as at Seattle, which is one of the longer trips in the league. So the Vikings, I mean, yeah, it's kind of nice that they're centrally located, but the Vikings easily will have the most miles traveled if this international game holds up. So it's kind of... The NFL is squarely putting the Vikings behind the 8 ball if this does pan out, and I don't like it. I really do not like it at all. But of course, the league just really wants to just completely fist the Vikings, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. But either way, it would be a trip of a lifetime for some Vikings fans heading on over. It'd be great for the UK Ireland Vikings fans too, which is great. Kevin McConnell, I'm sure, would love it. Plus, whipping Rodgers' ass again in multiple countries. We beat Rodgers' ass 3 countries: America, England, Ireland. Let's go. Like, hey, we're next. Zimbabwe. We will whoop your ass in Zimbabwe. We will beat your ass in Malaysia. We will beat your ass in Tibet. Woo. Be good times. And then we'll take down Shedeur Sanders and our guy Stefanski. So there you go. Anyways, that's it. Will the Vikings have back-to-back games overseas? Again, I hate it. I don't like it. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.